Hey, and welcome to the latest episode of the Mind Body Health Podcast with myself, Dave Sheahan, high performance consultant and dedicated for over 25 years now to educating, motivating, and inspiring people just like you to regain control of the mind body health area of your life, because it has such a catalytic impact in every other area. So when you get control of mind, body, and health, every other area automatically will improve. This is why it's so important to get in control of it, because you feel good, you feel confident, you have good self-esteem, you have good positive self-image, you increase your desire for more out of life, and you start to really live life and live life in your terms. This is why it's so important. This is why I'm so passionate about spreading this message to you. So in the Mind Body Health Podcast, I'm educating you every single week on different areas to do with the mind, body, and health. Also, shortly, we're going to be getting on some guests. So looking forward to getting some of the guests you've requested on. Keep sending in your requests for who you'd like to have me interview for the Mind Body Health Podcast. Interview sessions starting very, very soon. So excited about that. Keep your feedback coming. Loving reading feedback. Loving reading the private messages. Here to help any way I can, guys. This is just one medium I use to put out free, valuable content that I hope will have a positive impact in your life. On this particular episode of the My Body Health Podcast, I want to speak to you about how the supplement industry sells expensive urine and toxicity. So the supplement industry sells expensive urine and toxicity. Now you might be thinking, whoa, come on, it's a huge industry. It's worth gazillions. There has to be something to it. It can't be all bad, can it? Well, let me tell you, no, it isn't all bad, but I'd say 90% of it is bad, or not necessarily bad, because it depends on your perception what the word bad means, but expensive urine, waste of money, fantastic marketing. If we go right back to even the start of whey protein, where did it come from? I remember even as a 16, 17-year-old, first kind of, protein shakes coming out, protein powders, whey protein powders, and there was nothing else. This was pretty much the only kind of products were there from the supplement point of view, apart from like some multivitamins and things like that. But do you know where it even comes from? Do you know where whey protein even comes from? Well, basically, when they milk cows and there's like let's say the bucket or whatever it is, and they always scrape off the top. Well, someone decided one day, 20 something years ago, hey, what are we scraping this off for? Why don't we use it? It's like in the abattoirs where they kill and slaughter all the animals. Nothing is left. Everything is used. Everything that's on the floor, blood, bones, cartilage, everything is used. You do not waste anything. Everything is used. Like, just to let you know all those jellies and Haribos and those kind of things, most that's just bones, cartilage, things like that with loads of sugar. That might disgust you. It might put you off Haribo even. If it does, fantastic. Plenty of bone-free jellies out there in the market that you could use instead. Anyway, that's a bigger side note. In terms of the supplement industry, if you go back, as I said, to that, it's scraped off, and then someone said, hey, why don't we use it? So whatever process you use to powder it out, that became whey protein. That then got matched with a marketing campaign to say that, to give you the impression you could never get enough protein. So we've heard now for a couple of decades that you can't get enough protein. You need protein shakes. You need to eat loads of meat. You need to eat loads of fish and chicken, all this. Like, it's such a drive on for protein. And it's even like a lot of diets came out where they were very high protein, low fat, or high protein, low carb, or no carb. Protein was the focus. Well, let me tell you, protein is the one nutrient that you need not worry about. You will never be deficient in protein. I think I covered this in a recent podcast, actually, but you will never be deficient in protein. So you don't have to worry about getting enough protein in. If you eat a wide enough, varied enough nutrition plan, you'll get enough protein, because you won't be protein deficient. It just does not happen. But when you market to the masses, telling them that they need to get more protein, and the only way to get more protein is through their shakes, what are the masses going to do? Because the masses never question anything, and the masses just go along with whatever they hear marketing wise in the papers, magazines, on the TV, on the radio. If some celebrity or athlete says that something's good, everyone believes it's good. It's no different than in Ireland. There was big campaigns before about Lucozade Sport, and some of the Irish soccer team were promoting it. Do you think they were relying on that? You must be joking. Lucozade is just crap. Lucozade Sports is just crap. It's sugar, water. You'd be better off you just made your own thing, because at least it won't have all the chemicals in it. So this is where supplement industry was born. This was pretty much the first products that was in the supplement industry, and it became colossal. And it's like, if someone wants to build muscle, you have to have protein shakes. If someone's an athlete of any kind, you have to have protein shakes. If someone wants to lose fat, you're going to have protein shakes. Or the invention of meal replacement shakes, which were basically protein shakes with a bit of carbs and some other nutrients, inverted commas. So that was born. Then mass builders and so on and so on. And now it's become a gazillion, whatever the word would be, dollar industry where there's so many products. And it's like even the latest one, collagen, is like one, obviously it's around a while, but it's getting a bit more of a push. There's always new supplements coming out, always new things that we supposedly need. Do we need them? Not necessarily. It all comes down to the individual. It depends. Like, I'm not saying that you should never use supplements. What I'm trying to explain to you is that for the vast majority of supplements, you do not need them. They're not good for you. They're very toxic for you, and they are expensive urine. Why do I say that? Because your body is not designed to break them down. This is why you have to be very careful of what products that you do use. This is why you need to, if you're going to use supplements of any kind, even if it is protein powders, use ones that are whole food. Okay, and use them from the most reputable companies that you can find. Really look into it, because there's so many companies out there. Because it's a huge industry, it costs very little to make these products. Remember, like I said, whey protein was something that was thrown away before, so in essence it was free. I'm sure it doesn't cost them very much to manufacturers to get this stuff, and then they put out a powder. It could be 60 quid a tub. Same goes for all the various supplements that are out there, whether it be fat burners, whether it be creatines, whether it be ZMAs, whatever it might be. Cost very little, sell for a lot, huge margin. Even the cheaper products are making massive margins. And what's happening is just expensive urine, because the quality of the ingredients is tiny. Also, your body's not designed to break down the ingredients that are in it. This is why for people who take a lot of different types of pills, the capsule itself, we're not designed to break it down. So what happens? Just people who've lots of even pills just still in their stomachs. I've seen x-rays of people who have lots of pills still in their stomach, the capsules, because the body can't break it down. This is what's happened to us, guys. People's health is being destroyed every single day, but it's been destroyed by their lack of information, their ignorance, and also their choices. We make choices. If your health is bad, you've made choices that have led to it become bad, whether they're informed choices or uninformed choices, but you made choices. This is why we need to take personal responsibility. But my role is always to educate you in everything I possibly can, so that you can make informed decisions. It's like, after this doesn't mean you're going to stop using supplements. Maybe you will continue using them, but at least you might look for better quality ones. So cheap supplements are never going to be good. It's going to be the lowest quality ingredients. Expensive ones aren't necessarily going to be better, but they should be a bit better. The main thing is go for whole food. Any form of supplement you have, make sure it's natural as you can. Whenever people come to me and ask me what I think of a particular supplement, I'll always ask, is it made of natural ingredients? That is the most important thing. And then also in the list of ingredients, are they natural, real ingredients, or are there loads? I don't even know what they are. I can't even pronounce them. No one knows what they are. There's 50 letters in them, that type of thing. Because these are chemicals and additives, and added for different reasons, whether it be just for the color, whether it be to like suppress appetite, like a lot of these products are, especially like the fat burners, things that are altering what your body naturally does. And, that's never going to be good for you. And like I said, expensive urine, if your body can't break something down, it's going to get passed out. Okay. That's why a lot of people use a lot of supplements. Their urine tends to be very discolored, and that's even if they stay very hydrated, because typically if you're very hydrated, it shouldn't be discolored. But if you're consuming lots of products and supplements and pills of different kinds, and even multivitamins, all these different things, and if it isn't of a high quality, if it isn't of a whole food nature that your body can recognize as, hey, this is food, it's just in a different form, it's just broken down, or it's in a powder or in a drink or whatever form it may be, or drops, if you can't recognize that, it can't do anything with it. It passes it out. And the stuff that doesn't come out, like I said, even with some capsules, depending on what they're made of, they're not coming out. What's that going to do? It's going to add more toxicity. And if you take all the supplements that are out there, again, look at the ingredients, like even a whey protein shake. Does it just have whey protein in it? No, it's got another 20, 30 ingredients often. Now, not all, again, this isn't generalizing, but it's for quite a large percentage of them. What happens to all those other ingredients? The body isn't designed to break it down. What's going to happen? It's going to make your body toxic. What happens? Your body's more toxic. Your health disimproves. Now, you may not feel immediately, but it'll be something in the long term. What causes diseases? A toxic environment. What causes fat increase? Toxins in your body, among other things. But toxins will convert to fat. So it's very important that we do all we can to have as little a toxic environment as we possibly can within our body. Okay, it's no different in your mind. Less toxic your mind, the better your mind is. Less toxic your body is, the better your body operates then as well. So, the supplement industry is huge. It makes lots of money, generates lots of money. It spends so much money in marketing. But the reason it can spend money in marketing, and what reason it can pay such huge money to celebrities and athletes and famous people to endorse the products is because the margins are just so high. And that people, again, are bought into the idea of they need fat burners, they need whey protein shakes, they need meal replacements, they need mass builders, they need creatine. They need all these different things, when the reality is you don't. If you have a good nutrition plan, and as I said, a varied one with tons of different types of fruit and veg and beans and legumes and grains and stuff like that, and high quality, and you consume them in the right way, in the right kind of plan, right kind of program, you train correctly, you're going to get the results. And importantly, you're going to have good health, optimal health. Okay, your skin's going to be good. It's like with some of these supplements promoting about good skin and it'll do this and that for your skin and your hair. Well, why not just consume less processed food, consume less animal products, consume less chemical laden products, and consume way more fruits, vegetables, good fat containing foods like avocados, nuts, seeds, nut butters, that type of thing. Good oils. These will help your skin. These will help your hair. These will help your nails. These will help your body as a whole. Okay, so we have to be very careful with marketing. I've spoken many times about the marketing that's involved in the food industry and how what we're told is not necessarily the truth. Most of the time it isn't. The same applies to the supplement industry. The biggest lie of all is the protein one. And it's what's used to, it is basically the lie that the supplement industry has been built on, that we need all this protein and that we can't get results without all this protein. When what did we do before we had that protein? Were there no athletes more than 20 years ago? Were there no people in good shape? Were there no people with six packs or lean or toned? Were there no fitness models? What about actors and actresses, who looked good for particular roles? How did they survive without having all these protein shakes and everything else that's out there? Just a general Joe So walking on the road who's in good shape, lean, not super fit, not ripped to the bone, but in good shape and not load of fat and decent muscle. How did that happen? Think of all the people who worked construction over the decades and decades and decades and are in good shape because in essence they were doing like weight training. Then the people who were training in the gym before all these shakes come out, how did those people get in good shape? This is where we need to open our brains to reality. And when we're told stuff, no different when I tell you stuff, question it. Question anything I say, and even do your own research and look at stuff and even ask me for sources and so on. But how were these things okay before, but now they're not? How do we suffer from protein deficiencies now when 20, 30 years ago we didn't? These are the questions you need to ask yourself. How do we survive before without creatine supplements and fat burners and weight loss supplements? How do we survive detox products? How do we survive without all these things? Now you take isolated vitamins. Isolated vitamins, for most part, are rubbish as well. You can't do like if you look at nature provides our medicine. Nature provides all that we need. And if you look at any fruits and veg, they don't just have one nutrient. Like an orange doesn't only have vitamin C. A banana doesn't only have potassium. They have a wide variety. They may have one dominant one, but then they have loads of others as well. It's important the way they're all knitted together. They all help each other. They all assimilate each other. They all, basically push each other to do their job. You can't just take out one nutrient and then consume it. This is why it's expensive urine most of the time. When people be taking vitamin A and vitamin C and vitamin D and B vitamins and so on, they may get a little benefit out of higher quality products, but for the most part, it's expensive urine. Like you're only getting a small percentage of benefit out of any of these products. And like I said, that's the higher quality ones that are more whole food based and more natural. So to be very careful of all the products out there. Like your first step should be to make sure that you're doing all you can with your nutrition. When you're doing all you can with your nutrition, if you feel there's still a gap, that there's something you're lacking, or blood tests show that you're lacking something, or for instance, you're an athlete and you're doing a lot of training and you again feel like there's something lacking, or your energy is low and you're ticking all the boxes nutritionally and hydration, other areas of your life, then you may need to take a supplement, but get a good quality one. Because the thing is, we're all different. I may not need any because of the way I live. You might live the exact same life as me, and you might need B vitamins. We're all different. I'm not saying not taking supplements. I'm not saying there's not a role for them. What I'm saying is that too many people are sold to the idea that they need these things and they don't need them, and it's expensive urine, and it's it's just a waste of money, and it's just creating a lot of toxicity in the body because people are bought into as well the crappier ones. You have the people who buy the crap ones, which are really cheap, and you have people who buy the more expensive ones and the most expensive ones, which still aren't necessarily high quality and can be very, very toxic. But even if they're of good benefit, there's still going to be an element of toxicity to them. And is there a need for them? A lot of time there is no need for them. We're taking them. We're not even thinking, here, am I feeling better taking these products? Is it making a difference? Like with all protein shakes and fat burners and stuff you've taken over your time, or isolated vitamins or multivitamins, have you asked yourself, am I actually feeling better with this? Most time you won't. You just assume you will. You assume it's doing you good. And if it's not, you don't necessarily think, here, that was rubbish. You usually go, okay, what else did I try? Because we're bought by the marketing. The marketing sells us, and we trust the marketing, and we have to stop trusting the marketing. Doesn't mean it's all lies. Again, this isn't a total generalization, but what it means is that you have to question things. Doesn't mean there isn't good products out there. There are good products out there, but they're few and far between versus the amount of crap that's out there that is just making you more toxic, and it's just expensive urine and wasting your hard-earned money. So, as I said, focus predominantly on getting a good, balanced, varied, whole food nutrition and get as much fruits and vegetables as you possibly can. If you want to have a strong immune system, tons of fruits and vegetables. If you want to have good skin, hair, and nails, tons of fruits and vegetables. If you want to have loads of energy, tons of fruits and vegetables. If you want to just feel good and optimal health and vitality and energy and all these different things, fruits and vegetables. Most important thing. It's the key foundation. Then you add to that in the carbohydrates. Then you add to that like the essential fats. Protein, as I said, will come along adequately. If you've specific protein sources, that's fine. My main point is that you don't need to focus on it. So if we don't even need to focus on how much protein we're getting in our actual eating food, the food that we eat, why the hell would we need to take shakes? Why would we need to take shakes? I've stopped taking proteins, shakes, and supplements and powders and all kinds of supplements for, I'd say, must be close to 10 years at this stage. And it was a leap of faith for me initially. Because again, when I started out in this industry over 25 years ago, supplements were really coming online. Like I said, they were really starting to get big. The push was onto marketing of how much we needed them. I was very much educated through nutrition and fitness courses about the need for protein, and we need so much protein per gram or pound of body weight and all this kind of stuff. Very much sold on it. But until I started to actually question it, look into research, treat myself like a guinea pig, do my own experiments, then I started to see, actually, do we really need this? And right to this day, I don't put any huge focus on protein. If I have some meal, I do. If I don't, I don't. I know I'll get enough. And if I'm not, I know about my body. My body will tell me in its shape and my fat levels and my muscle levels and my energy levels. It'll tell me if I'm not getting enough of something. Same as like, if you're lacking certain vitamins, your energy will tell you, your skin color will tell you, your just your ability to use your body will tell you. Okay. You're always going to know. This is why tune into your body, listen to your body. Your hair, skin, nails will tell you. The health of your hair, skin, nails is down to the quality of the nutrients you're putting into your body. Okay? So start looking at these things. Don't blindly trust what supplement industries tell you. Just like don't blindly trust what the food industry tells you. Or don't blindly trust what anyone tells you. Listen to it. If it makes some sense, great. If you research a little bit, that's even better again. Make up your own mind, make informed decisions. It's like with this podcast, I'm not putting this out there to tell you, you better listen to this, you have to listen to this and just believe it. No, I expect it will make sense. I hope it makes sense, but I want you to make up your own mind. If you decide, yes, that makes sense, I want to go with it, that's cool. If you kind of question it, but then you go do some research and you come back and go, actually, yeah, that's true, that's cool, it's even better. The main thing is question things. Always question everything. You should in life, for every aspect of life. You should question everything. As children, we question things. We stop questioning as we get into the system because it gets wiped out of us. You need to never stop questioning things, no matter what it is or who it is. Question everything, and especially big industries. At the end of the day, people are just profit-making machines for industries. That's all. They do not care about your health. Do not care about your welfare. They only care about how much money is in your pocket that they can get out. That's it. Okay. Now, again, that's not to say that all companies are bad or that all products are bad or all people selling products are bad. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is for the vast majority of them, they're complete waste of time, waste of hard-earned money. And it's expensive urine and increase your toxicity. And like I said, increased toxicity leads to a lot of problems. Okay. It's the main reason for all kinds of diseases and ailments and pains and aches and everything. So we have to become less toxic. That should be our goal in life. Less toxic in our bodies, less toxic in our brains. Okay. And the closer you get to that kind of point, the better you're going to be at feeling and living optimally. Okay. So like I said, supplement industry sells expensive urine and toxicity. That's its main product. It's just it's glazed over as actually being products that are beneficial to your health and your well-being. Don't believe it. Don't believe all you hear, as I said. I hope this has made a bit of sense. I hope giving you a little bit of history of the way supplement industry has been grown and born, and some of my experience, some people's experience, some facts. I hope it has helped you to feel now a little bit more informed about supplements, and I hope it'll allow you to make decisions to move a bit more towards relying on improving your food and improving your overall nutrition plan instead of relying on all these products, which are giving you minimal benefit at best. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Do let me know. Please give this a rating and review. Share it out to anyone you feel it would add value to. And if you have questions, comments, feedback, opinions, anything about anything I've said in this particular episode, do contact me. I welcome your questions. I welcome engagement. I welcome your challenges even to anything I say. We're all entitled to our freedom to speak like this and to say what we believe. And if you disagree, shoot me a message. Let's have a chat about it. I'm always open to discussion, and I'm always open to being corrected as well. All right. So guys, take care. Have an awesome day. Keep focused. Keep doing your best. Keep prioritizing getting control or regaining control to mind, body, health area of your life, and keep listening to and supporting the Mind Body Health podcast. This is Dave Sheahan here, signing off. Have a good one.